Wait, I need to get your Veronica last name again.
Lehner.
Lena?
It's Lena.
Lena? Okay. Lena or Lena?
Lena.
Lena.
It's Lehner.
Lena? Okay. Because
It's German.
it's German?
It's
Okay.
Austrian.
It's Austrian? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
So however you say, you're saying it right.
Okay,
I'm
Lena.
saying it wrong.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So, hello and welcome to aaimba Conversations, another episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for staying with us. And today we're here with Verónica Lehner. I don't know much about her because that's how I like to do everything. I don't like to know a lot about the artists so I can ask the right questions or virgin questions when I talk to them the first time. And as you know, today we are going to talk about her life in general, her artworks, and you're going to get to know her some insight, some inspirational parts. So let's just jump in and ask her the first question. So, first of all, Veronica, welcome to aaimba Conversations. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. And the first question that I really like to ask everybody who I'm talking to about art is, why you do it? What's your passion? And yeah, basically, why you do it? Why is art?
Well, I think I do what I do because I feel it's a way of taking in the world and like kind of making sense of where we are and why we're here. Although you kind of never get to the point where you know why you're here. But it is like a process of getting to open up the world and seeing what's in there and feeling it. And so for me, it's very important to work with materiality. And I'm very interested in, for example, with painting, I'm very interested exactly in the materiality of painting rather than in a narrative image. And so I'm more interested like in not only the paint but also the fabric and like all the processes that have to do like with being in a studio and being dragged around the studio and getting like dust all over the fabric, or then the water drips and it stains the fabric, or yeah. So I feel like art is just that way in which I get to like feel the world or touch it and see it.
Okay.
And it's how I also like get to do an incision in life.
Okay.
And like open up the layers and and see what it's about.
Okay, beautiful. So, where would you start? Where would you say did your passion for art? Where did you find out that you have a passion for art? That you wanna being an artist is not something you can pursue, I guess, in my opinion. But where did you find out within yourself that you wanna be an artist or you want to create like an artist does?
I guess it was something that was kind of always there in a way, like this curiosity for things around me. But also, well, my parents were friends with this Colombian artist, and I was very interested in his work as well, and I thought he had a very interesting notion of like time and images, and because he does like drawing. His name is Oscar Munoz. He does drawing, but actually uses a lot of photographic processes while he does it, and for doing it. And so I remember him taking some pictures of me like swimming in the pool, like underwater, like he was standing outside and he was doing the pictures, and he was interested in like this moved image. And so yeah, that's something that was very interesting for me.
I find it very interesting that you remember it so well. How old were you when you saw it the first time?
I must have been, I don't know, 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
7 or 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a picture of us like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So.
I was imitating him, trying like smoking a cigarette.
So it really did mold your life, or had a deep impact in you, for you.
Yeah, I guess that was like my first like very close encounter with art.
Really.
Yeah,
At a very young age, young. But he was the only artist that you knew, or was it like you've been to museums and art shows and too?
I had gone to some museums, and but in my city actually, he was. His exhibition was the first show that I went to.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
That I remember like very, very well.
Yeah.
When I was
Okay. Nice. Yeah. So you already mentioned it. I suppose you're from Colombia.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also spent your childhood over there. So can you? I mean, I've never been to Colombia, and I hope to one day go there and see it too. But you never know. And can you give us a picture of how Colombia is? How did you feel as a child? And what experiences did mold your life or touched you in a way that you cannot forget it, or you still feel local to Colombia?
Well, I was born in Cali.
In Cali, okay.
And raised in Cali. And that's a city that's like 2 hours away from the Pacific coast. It's a little bit higher than sea level, so, but it's still very, very warm, like 30 degrees. And it's like in a valley, and a river runs through it. And so it's kind of a very natural setting, like the school I went to was open, and like I got out on the grass, and like there were trees, and I don't know how you call those animals in English. Cicadas, I think.
I don't know.
They're like very loud at night.
Okay.
But they're like on the trees, and that's like a typical, that and the sound of frogs is like a very typical like memory
that you remember.
Okay. And it's also the city where a lot of salsa is.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah. Do you dance yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Salsa too.
I really like it.
Yeah, but you have a big salsa community here in Berlin too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't really, because I came back during the pandemic,
and
so there hasn't really been much of a chance to dance.
Yeah.
But I used to live here in Berlin, like 10 years ago, and I studied here like a master's. And then I went back to Colombia to teach. But what I wanted to say was that during that time, we were dancing a lot of salsa with some Colombian friends,
nice.
And some other friends.
Yeah. So what did you study over here? So what was it?
I studied in Bogota, actually, like studio art, like Freie Kunst. Because in Colombia, there's like this different model, I guess, from here, that you don't really choose like either painting, either sculpture or drawing, but you kind of do
a bunch of things, everything,
a little bit, and then you kind of choose your way within that.
So you experiment more, like finding yourself, finding what you are capable of, and not being forced into that one direction. Yeah,
and also you get a chance to like say no, that's not for me, and like keep on going.
Yeah, that's very important.
I think it's an interesting way to put it. On the other hand, you don't have maybe such a deep understanding of each medium. Like that's something that for me came afterwards, not really while I was studying. And then I did a master's degree that's called Raumstrategien, like space strategies, here in Weissensee. And that's when like the whole idea of painting in relationship to space came about.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, that's something that I started looking into and looking for the relationship between painting.
But before we go there, because we're gonna talk about it when we are in the second part when we are doing your work. First of all, we really need to know who you are, what your personality is, and that's what the next question that I was going to ask is like your upbringing, your parents and everything. So how do you remember your childhood in general or your adolescence? Were you in Colombia? What kind of activities did you do? Or first of all, what was the decision? Why did you decide to come here to Germany and study here? Or what was the path for you to be here?
Okay, well, it has to do with my father because he was born in Austria, but he left with his family when he was 4 years old and he came to Colombia. They arrived in Bogota first, and then he went to Cali to like make a life of his own.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, that's where my last name comes from. That's why I can't even pronounce my last name well, because my father didn't teach me German, so I had to learn it afterwards. Yeah. And I learned it in Vienna.
You learned it in Vienna?
Yeah, I lived there for like a year and a half after school. And, but yeah, Vienna is a very interesting city and it's very elegant.
Yeah.
And, but I guess I was always listening to these stories about Berlin and it being like a more, of course, a tougher city in a way, but also like very interesting and very like full of layers.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Yeah, and also like a lot of interesting people were living here or were doing very interesting things here, very new things, and
Was it the reason why you decided to come here?
Yeah.
Because the life was very exciting. But you say you've been living here for like 10 years now, so did this...
Like I lived before for 6 years.
Okay.
Then I went back to Colombia and I was teaching at the university in Bogota.
Okay. You were teaching art, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was teaching sculpture in public space actually.
Nice.
Yeah, and sculpture.
Yeah. So you do. So basically, you do painting, sculpturing, all the stuff, installation.
Yes.
Okay, nice. Because first, I when I first stumbled over your Instagram, I also saw your sculptural work that was put on the wall. I found that very interesting. I was going to ask you if we could take one of the works here, but unfortunately, for the next time.
Yeah.
So it's an idea. Sorry, it's an idea for the next time.
Okay.
For the next interview, it'd be very nice if you come back. Okay, so you came here to Berlin. You moved back, and why did you came here back to this cold weather, to this like this gray days? So what was the reason?
Yeah. Well, I started dating someone.
Yeah. Okay. It's the
in
love.
Colombia, who's Colombian, but he was living here.
Oh, okay.
And we actually knew each other from the last time that I was here in Berlin, but then we kind of met again. And so I was also like kind of like searching for something still, I guess, and like I like to change places a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. I like this new adventures.
Yeah.
And, because I think like I work a lot with my surroundings, and so sometimes I do a lot of site-specific work as well. So it's interesting for me just to be in another setting. And
so would you say you need that to be creative too?
in a way, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You need to move out of your comfort zone.
Comfort zone, and it was getting too comfortable.
Yeah. Also, okay, but that's good. That's a good. I mean, if you have the guts, like to really go for it and to do it, it's even better than to stay in a surrounding that you don't feel well anymore. So it's a very good thing to do.
Yeah, so I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah.
Just it's still coming back is not back. You can't go back in time.
Yeah, no,
and,
you cannot never go.
Yeah.
So nice.
And Berlin has changed a lot as well.
That's true. Berlin is changing all the time throughout the years. So thank you for this insight to your life, to your personality. We're now going to move on and talk about the works per se. And I'm very excited to get some ideas and the insight and why you arranged the works the way you did. And of course the colors, the format, the inspiration and everything. So stay tuned. We're going to move on to the next episode, or the next part of this episode. And as you know, we are going to talk about the artworks that you can see in the back. And yeah, get inspired and stay with us. And don't forget to just subscribe, and of course leave a comment. Tell us what you think about what we are doing right here. And yeah, subscribe and like. Leave a comment. Yes. See you on the next part.